She tracked my every move, called it structure, and beat me with a leather strap for not journaling daily. When I exposed the bruises, she claimed it was discipline, so I built a case, screenshots, voice memos, and her own rulebook. Last month, I flinched when the gavel fell. This time, she did too. When I first moved in with Dad and Melissa, she greeted me with a chore chart and a smile that never quite reached her eyes. I thought she was just organized. Then came the timer. Efficiency matters, she said, and the leather strap hung by the fridge. I laughed nervously. Dad said she believed in structure. I logged my study hours to impress her, but one missed entry led to a night of silence, tension, and shame I couldn't explain. Melissa praised me publicly for my focus, but behind closed doors, she whispered consequences for blinking during study. She'd tighten the leather strap on her wrist, not to hit but to signal. Dad never noticed. Once, I dozed off at my desk, and she made me scrub the bathroom until sunrise. I told Emily, my classmate, thinking she'd laugh. She didn't. She showed me her old scar, then whispered, she used to time me too. Melissa installed a family task app, assigning me quotas for chores, reading, even resting productively. If I failed, the strap clacked against the counter, never touching, just threatening. I tracked her schedule too, noting her routines. Emily helped decode Melissa's old reports, but one page was missing. Dad said I was being dramatic. My teachers saw improvement in my grades. I wonder, if I looked so productive, would anyone believe me when I said I felt like a prisoner? Melissa added a reflection log, where I had to rate myself hourly. Accountability builds character, she said, tapping her watch. I scored myself low once she made me skip dinner. Emily suggested documenting everything. I placed a hidden recorder in the kitchen. Dad found it and frowned. You're making her sound like a monster, he said. Melissa hugged him with that tight-lipped smile. I wondered, was her productivity turned weapon, just invisible enough to never count as abuse? One evening, I blinked too long during dishes. Melissa slammed the drawer shut, the leather strap brushing her wrist. Focus, dear, she hissed. I recorded her tone, the thud, my silence. Emily compared the audio to hers, identical phrases, same pauses. We weren't alone. I asked my counselor about emotional control. She noted concerns, but Melissa smiled through the parent meeting, quoting achievement discipline. I wondered, if the system measured results, who would measure the scars underneath? Melissa launched a family productivity report, color, coded and emailed weekly to Dad. I was green. Emily called it performance propaganda. We met with 2 more former stepkids, each had their version of productivity turned weapon. One broke down recounting the strap's sound. I confronted Melissa subtly, asking, do you remember Emily? Her smile faltered. Dad said I was obsessing. I wondered, was truth enough when charm, structure, and numbers built a facade strong enough to silence real pain?